Hello everyone. So today we're going to dive into a simple yet fundamental concept in object-oriented programming, the bank account class. So this class models a basic bank account and demonstrates key concepts like encapsulation and data validation. So first, we have imports that are necessary for Java classes. However, these imports aren't actually used in bank account class. They are included for other parts of the program that are related to a graphical user interface. And then we define our bank account class. Inside, we have a private variable called balance of type double. This balance stores the amount of money in the account. Then the private keyword here is crucial. It means that the balance can only be accessed or modified from within the bank account class itself. This is encapsulation, where it protects our data. Next, we have the constructor. This is the special method that's called when we create a new bank account object. It takes initial balance as input. Notice the if statement. Before setting the balance, we perform a check. The initial balance cannot be negative. If it is, we throw an illegal argument exception. This is data validation, where it ensures the data we're working with and is valid and makes sense. If the initial balance is valid, we set the balance of our new bank account object to this initial balance value, and the this keyword refers to the current object's balance. Now, let's look at the deposit method. This method allows us to add money to the account. Again, we have data validation. We check if the amount being deposited is positive. You cannot deposit a negative amount or zero. If the amount is valid, we simply add it to the existing balance using the addition assignment operator. The withdraw method is similar, but with an extra check. First, we ensure the amount being withdrawn is positive. Then, we check if there are sufficient funds in the account. If the requested amount is greater than the current balance, we throw an exception. If both checks pass, we subtract the amount from the balance using the subtraction assignment operator. Finally, we have the get balance method. This is a simple getter method that allows us to retrieve the current balance of the account. It simply returns the value of the balance variable. So that's all for my part. Thank you.
So, mo ni siya ang sumpay sa code nga gi-explain ni Genevieve Mindrano. So, una is ang public class bank account GUI. Imo na siyang i-declare. Then, extend gframe meaning ang class kay usa ka window. Then, implements action listener para makadetect siya og button clicks. Ang private bank account hantod sa private G button mao na siya ang mag-declare ka og mga variables. Mao na siya ang account object nga mohandle sa bank account balance. Then ang balance level mao na siya ang pakita ang current balance. Then ang amount field text box para mo type ang amount. Then ang deposit button ug ang withdraw buttons para mo deposit or mo withdraw. Then ang public bank account GUI mao ni siya ang constructor sa GUI. Nag-create ka og bank account with initial balance 100 pesos. Then, ang set title, bank account, hantod sa set layout, new border layout, mao ni siya ang window setting. Isit ang title sa imong GUI window. Then, ang size niya kay 400 times 300 pixels and size. Then, ang set difficult closer operation mo exit ang program pag close nimo. Then, ang set location relative mo ni siya ang center sa screen. Then, ang set layout mo ni siya ang layout manager para mo organize sa items. Then ang G panel header mo ni siya ang nag-create og header panel, ang container sa top part, then ang seat background blue ish background, then ang seat preferred size mo ni siya ang height 60 pixels. Ang G label title kay mauna siya ang inside sa imong header, white color, then ang iyang bold size 20 font. Then ang header add title kay mo na siya ang i-add nimo ang label sa imong header, din ibutang ang header sa north top sa imong window. And that's all.
So here, this section create the main funnel, which is G funnel, using grid wag layout for the flexible component arrangement. It sets a dark gray background and adds padding around the funnel content. So finally, it adds this funnel to the frame center. Then yun sa grid wag constraint is siya ang mag-control how components are placed within the grid wag layout. So this code sets a 10 pixel margin around each component and specify that components should straight horizontally to fill available space. Then yun sa balance level is amo siya ang mag-create a level to display the account balance. So it plays in the top row spanning 2 columns. The text is formatted to show the current balance with the 2 decimal places, and the level colors and font are customized. Then yun sa amount level and field is this add a level and a custom text field for entering the deposit withdrawal amount. So the level is placed to the left of the text field. Then yun sa button is siya this create deposit and withdraw buttons. Each button has an action listener attached so that an action is performed when the button is clicked. Then yun sa visibility. So finally, this line makes the entire GUI.
So this code defines two methods for creating style GUI components. The first one is style text field. It creates and style a GText field. It sets the size, background color, text color, and border. The second one is style button string text. It also creates and style a G button. It sets the text, background color, text color, font, border, and adds mouse hover effects. It also changes background color when the mouse enters and exits the button area. So the purpose of this code is to provide reusable methods for creating consistently styled text field and buttons in a Java Swing application. It promotes a uniform look and feel and reducing code duplication.
This method runs whenever a GUI component with an action listener like a button is triggered the event. Then we try to read the text from amount field and convert it into a double so we can use it for deposit or withdraw operations. This can throw exception if the text isn't a valid number. This code, if the source, we call the accounts deposit method, update the balance label to show the new balance and show a successful message dialog. If the withdraw button was clicked, we call withdraw, refresh the display balance, and show a successful dialog. Withdraw may throw illegal argument if exception if the withdrawal is invalid. After either operation, we clear the amount input so the user can type a new value. This code, if the text in amount field can be parsed into a number, We catch the number format exception and show an error dialog telling the user to enter a valid number. If deposit or withdraw throws illegal argument exception, for example, exception's message is an error dialog so the user knows what went wrong. This close the event handler. All user actions for deposit or withdraw are handled inside the try or catch. We create and show the GUI using Swing utilities that invoke letter to make sure the UI is hard for safety thread.
So this is our output in activity 3. So the bank account GUI. So nga di is i-input nato ang atong current balance. So nga di is ang atong balance na kabutang din na is 100 sa. So ato nang i-try nato na og with. So as you can see no, nag-input ta og 50 pesos. So i-try nato na siya og withdraw. So nakita sa nato no nga na-withdraw siya. So withdraw successful. And then okay. So nga di i-try na sab nato og deposit. So gabutang ta dira ag 50,548. So i-try nato na kung ma-deposit ba siya. So as you can see no, na-deposit siya, deposit successful. So na-deposit na nato ang 50,548. And okay, and that's all ma'am. And this is all activity 3 bank account GUI. And that's all ma'am, and thank you.